The internet never sleeps, and this week it is wide awake. Social media streets are buzzing, timelines are on fire, and one name is on everyone's lips. Yandy Smith-Harris. A mysterious audio clip has been circulating online, and whispers claim it features her husband, Mendeecees Harris, in a conversation that has raised more than a few eyebrows. Now let's be clear. We're not here to confirm if the audio is real or fake, but the speculation, the chatter, and the shade being thrown, it's impossible to ignore. Just when fans thought this love and hip-hop power couple was unshakable, the story took a sharp left turn. Allegations caught the attention of Tasha K, and the storm only grew louder. Cameras caught Yandy's reactions. Voices were raised. The tension, thick enough to slice with a knife. Everyone wants to know, what exactly was said in that audio? Why is Tasha K involved? And how is Yandy handling the pressure? This story is already messier than a season finale cliffhanger. It all began quietly. Yandy was focused on her routine, posting photos, engaging fans, showcasing her businesses. Then, like a spark hitting dry grass, the audio appeared. It wasn't posted by a major outlet at first, but by a random account built on late-night gossip and half-verified tea. Still, the clip spread like wildfire. The voices could be heard clearly. Laughter, casual but suggestive remarks, and for many listeners, the male voice sounded eerily familiar. Soon Yandy was being tagged non-stop. Fans demanded answers before she could even process what was happening. Some swore it was Mendeecees. Others said the clip could have been manipulated. Reality and entertainment blurred more with every repost. At first, Yandy stayed silent. No dramatic outburst, no public meltdown. But behind closed doors, those close to her say she was tense, jaw tight, fingers tapping the table, weighing her next move. She knew silence could look like guilt, but rushing into a statement could spark a bigger storm. Then came Tasha K, known for turning gossip into explosive narratives. She mentioned the audio on one of her shows. She didn't confirm anything directly, but her tone was heavy enough to make people lean in. With her massive audience, what started as whispers became the week's hottest topic. Fans dug through old interviews, clips, and photos of Yandy and Mendeecees, trying to find clues. One viral comment read, "Go watch their interview last month's. She wouldn't even look at him when he spoke." Every past argument was suddenly framed as proof. Finally, Yandy broke her silence on a podcast sit-down with Kendra and another host. The setting was polished, but the tension was real. When asked directly if the audio was true, Yandy didn't flinch. She gave a firm no. Not defensive, not over-explained, just a flat dismissal paired with an irritated glance. As if she was done with the conversation. When pressed further, she said the internet loves to connect dots that don't exist. Then, in true reality star fashion, she pivoted the conversation toward her new clothing line, brushing off the drama like lint on her jacket. Meanwhile, Mendeecees spoke in his own way, not on every platform, not with anger, but with humor. He laughed off the situation, claiming he didn't even know the people being mentioned. His delivery was casual, maybe too casual. Some fans saw confidence, others saw it as an act. His laid-back response split the internet in half. Behind the scenes, friends whispered that the couple had already been under pressure, balancing family, business, and the spotlight. Now this rumor was gasoline on the fire. Some noticed Yandy growing more guarded, tightening her circle. Others said Mendeecees was acting like nothing had happened. Clips from the podcast were chopped, edited, and replayed online with dramatic captions. Fans dissected their body language, every glance, every sigh, every smirk, turning it into a public guessing game. And then, just when people thought it was dying down, a second audio leaked. This one was rougher, more raw. The sound wasn't polished. It felt like a private moment caught without permission. This time, there was a female voice in the mix, and speculation exploded. Who was she? A stranger? An old connection? Or someone much closer to the couple than anyone wanted to admit? Yandy responded with a post of her own, sunglasses on, sipping tea, captioned simply, "Stay blessed." It could have been read as peace, or as shade. Fans debated in the comments. Later, on a live stream with a friend, she called the leaks manufactured chaos, accusing unnamed people of profiting off her name. Mendeecees, again, stayed relaxed. On another podcast, he denied the voice was his and brushed it off as childish drama. His laughter annoyed some viewers who expected passion or outrage. To them, his calm felt dismissive of Yandy's pain, but insiders said their disagreements ran deeper. Reportedly, Yandy wanted a strong public defense, while Mendeecees preferred to let the storm fade. This difference led to tense nights, with both accusing the other of not handling things correctly. The chaos only grew when a supposed witness came forward claiming the audio was taken out of context. Their story was messy, full of gaps, but it gave just enough doubt for some fans to pause. Still, many called it nothing more than damage control. And in the middle of it all, Tasha teased that she had even more information, refusing to release it, keeping fans glued to her page, waiting at every move. Yandy and Mendeecees made was dissected, their smiles at events, their distance in photos, even their captions. Friends dropped vague posts about truth coming to light, fueling more speculation. What began as one suspicious audio clip had grown into one of the most talked about scandals of the season. A fan account that had been quietly collecting every rumor since the first leak suddenly dropped what they claimed was the full, unedited audio. Unlike the short snippet that had gone viral, this version ran several minutes, filled with casual chatter, offhand jokes, and even background noise from a TV. It didn't erase the controversy, but it complicated the story. Some felt vindicated, saying the longer version showed how much was taken out of context. Others doubled down, insisting that certain phrases still couldn't be explained away. The comment sections turned into battlegrounds, strangers arguing over every word, slowing down the audio, enhancing the sound, trying to prove their own theories. Mendeecees finally addressed the leaks head-on. Sitting in his car, he posted a short video saying, "You can cut anything to make it sound like something else. People want a scandal, and if they can't find one, they'll create it." His tone was measured, but the small smirk at the end was enough to spark fresh debates. Was it confidence or arrogance? Meanwhile, Tasha fueled the storm even more. In a livestream with another blogger, she hinted that she had been sent layers of damaging content and suggested insiders close to the couple had been leaking information for years. Suddenly, the conversation shifted. Now it wasn't just Yandy and Mendeecees versus the internet, it was a hunt for traitors within their own circle. Fans began dragging up old grudges and rivalries. Former castmates and ex-friends were put under the microscope. A missing like on Instagram, an absent birthday post. Suddenly these became evidence of betrayal. Feeling the weight of this new narrative, Yandy went live and said, "I've had people smile in my face and still try to break me behind my back. But God don't like ugly." She didn't name names, but the message was clear. Someone close had crossed her. Fans clipped the video and spread it everywhere with captions about loyalty and snakes. Mendeecees chose a different approach: silence. He skipped interviews, avoided commentary, and focused his public posts on work and family. He was spotted at a charity basketball game, laughing with friends like nothing had happened. The contrast between his calm demeanor and Yandy's emotional fire only fueled more speculation about whether they were really on the same page. Then came the twist no one saw coming: DM leaks. Screenshots appeared online, allegedly showing flirty messages between Mendeecees and another woman. They weren't explicit, but they were suggestive enough to set the internet on fire. Authenticity was immediately questioned, but blogs didn't care. They ran with it, framing the screenshots as the missing link between the audios and the cheating rumors. Yandy's reaction was subtle but sharp. She posted a photo of her hand on a closed journal with the caption, "Some things ain't for the internet." Fans debated endlessly. Was she signaling she knew more? Was it a warning to her husband? Insiders whispered about growing tension. Some nights the couple laughed it off. Other nights they argued about why one wasn't doing more to shut things down. Meanwhile, Tasha teased a bombshell. She released a blurred-out teaser of a mystery woman who promised to speak on camera. Fans went wild with theories. Was she a former friend? An ex? Someone from production? As the interview date approached, Yandy stepped out looking flawless, attending events and posting behind-the-scenes content, while Mendeecees pulled back, skipping public appearances. That absence spoke volumes, and rumors of a silent separation began to spread. The night before the interview, Yandy posted an emotional video about resilience and protecting your peace. She never mentioned the scandal, but her tired eyes said more than her words. Mendeecees stayed quiet. And then the interview dropped and it broke the internet. The blurred-out woman revealed herself within minutes. To the shock of fans, she wasn't a stranger at all. She had history with both Yandy and Mendeecees, someone already known in their circle. Her story was detailed. Late-night calls, private meetings, Conversations that matched parts of the leaked audio. She hinted at more recordings she refused to release out of respect for the kids. Fans erupted. Some believed her instantly, praising her courage. Others called her a clout chaser, pointing to old fallouts with Yandy. The interview comments turned into a war zone, receipts flying, timelines dissected. Yandy didn't wait long. She went live, her voice sharp with fury, calling the interview a circus act and dismissing the woman as someone who hadn't been part of her life in years but suddenly remembered every detail like it happened yesterday. Her eyes burned with anger and defiance. Meanwhile, Mendeecees posted only a black screen with the words, "Believe what you want." Short, cold, and polarizing. Some applauded him, others slammed him for leaving his wife to fight alone. Days later, the couple appeared at a family event, smiling for cameras, but body language experts on social media picked apart every glance, every step. Were they united? Or just performing? Even whether Mendeecees opened the car door became a trending debate. Tasha K wasn't done. She dropped muffled voicemails, allegedly tied to the scandal, leaving just enough ambiguity to keep her audience hooked. Behind the scenes, sources claimed the couple was considering legal action or maybe just letting the drama fade. Then another voice entered the chaos, a mutual acquaintance claiming the whole scandal began as a prank conversation recorded without Mendeecees' knowledge. He swore the DM leaks were fabricated. The revelation only split fans further. Some took it as proof the couple was targeted. Others called it desperate damage control. Meanwhile, Yandy and Mendeecees began reframing the narrative. She posted throwbacks with captions about trust and resilience. He focused on charity work and family. It was subtle, but intentional, steering the conversation away from drama toward legacy. But the internet doesn't forget. Every post was dissected, every caption analyzed. The original audio was still being replayed, still debated. In one candid paparazzi shot, the couple was seen walking hand in hand through an airport. To some, it was the ultimate sign of unity. To others, it was just another performance in a saga that blurred the line between reality and entertainment. At this point, the story was bigger than the couple, bigger than Tasha K, bigger than the so-called insiders. It had become a case study in modern fame, a mirror of how scandal feeds the internet's appetite, how narratives are built, twisted, and consumed in real time. So now, the question isn't just about whether the audio was real or fake. It's about how far people are willing to go for clicks, clout, and control. The truth, it's buried deep. Maybe it will surface, maybe it won't. But until then, the conversation rages on and everyone watching has their own version of the story.